the Tim Walz and J.D. Vance debate recently took place, and honestly, it was pretty much, in my opinion, a tie. I do think that Tim Walz performed better because I agreed with him, and I do think that he showed far more empathy and humanity as well. However, I think that both candidates did pretty decent, and none of them had any massive kind of mistakes or mess-ups. There are even some polls that have found and confirmed pretty much what I have just said. CBS News surveyed voters nationwide who reported watching the debate in order to get their reaction. 42% of debate watchers said Vance won the debate, while 41% thought Walz emerged as the winner. 17% called the debate a tie. Debate watchers were a bit more Democratic in their party affiliation than voters nationwide. So you can see here that most people pretty much just stuck to what they already knew. People that are already voting for Trump generally thought J.D. Vance won. People already voting for Kamala generally thought that Tim Walz won. Both candidates improved their overall image with voters from before the debate. More debate watchers had a net negative view of Vance before the debate, but after the debate, slightly more had a favorable view of him than an unfavorable one. So there's still more favorability towards Tim Walz, according to these. While watchers felt the overall tone of the debate was positive, Vance was seen as spending more time attacking Kamala Harris, and Tim Walz than explaining his own views. More voters thought Walz spent most of his time explaining his views. Of course, there have been some pretty embarrassing moments, and one of them I saw chat bring up.
Just to clarify for our viewers, Springfield, Ohio does have a large number of Haitian migrants who have legal status, temporary protected status.
Well, Margaret, but
thank you, Senator. We have so much to get to.
Margaret, I think it's important because
we're going to turn out of the economy. Thank you.
Margaret, the rules were that you guys weren't going to fact check, and since you're fact checking me, I think it's important to say what's actually going on. So there's an application called the CBP One app, where you can go on as an illegal migrant, apply for asylum or apply for parole, and be granted legal status at the wave of a Kamala Harris open border wand. That is not a person coming in, applying for a green card and waiting for 10 years. That is the facilitation.
Listen, if you're mad about getting fact-checked, most likely you're lying. Most likely what you're saying is not factual. Because if it was, being fact-checked doesn't matter. But when Vance is up here, hey, you said you weren't gonna fact-check, boo-hoo. He just sounds like a desperate little bitch baby. He's like, hey, you guys promised you weren't going to call me out if I wanted to freely lie. What are you doing? Second of all, what he's saying in response to this is that, again, they're not legal immigrants because they're not legal the way that I want them to be legal. They went through a different method, and that's how they acquired legal status, seeking asylum and whatnot, so they are under legal status. That means they're here legally. You don't get to just say, well, it's not legal unless they become a citizen through the way that I like it to be.
Thank you, Senator, for describing the legal process. We have so much to get to, Senator.
I love that the commentator said that too. Thank you for describing the legal process. Yes, they have legal status. You don't get to say just because they didn't become legal citizens the way you want them to be, that it doesn't count.
Those laws have been on the books since 1990.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The CBP One app has not been on the books since 1990. It's something that Kamala Harris created.
No, people seeking asylum has been. And then, as you can hear, they then cut Vance's mic because he just won't shut up.
Gentlemen, the audience can't hear you because your mics are cut. We have so much we want to get to. Thank you for explaining the legal process. Nora.
Oh my God, it's so funny. One day ago, CNN also hosted an instant poll and a focus group, basically asking how people felt about the debate, about the Vance-Walz debate. And I can see right here that it has 5,000 dislikes and only 3.9K likes. So there must be something controversial about this, and I'm not sure. Top comment, imagine pretending to be an undecided voter so you can be on TV.
Michigan, Battleground Michigan, joining us again right now alongside his panel of undecided voters. Phil, you've had a little more time to speak with these lovely 7 individuals. What else are they telling you?
Yeah, Jake, we're on the campus of Grand Valley State University, critical battleground state of Michigan. We started this night with 7 undecided voters. That number is now 6. One of our individuals here has decided he's going to vote for Vice President Kamala Harris. But one of the things you guys haven't been able to see is we've really been talking about what we saw over the course of the last several hours. And one of the issues that has had a pretty inspired debate amongst this group is about health care. It was something that came up during the debate. We heard from Governor Tim Walz. This is what he said about the Affordable Care Act.
He ran on the first thing he was going to do on day one was to repeal Obamacare. On day one, he tried to sign an executive order to repeal the ACA. He signed on to a lawsuit to repeal the ACA, but lost at the Supreme Court. And he would have repealed the ACA had it not been for the courage of John McCain to save that bill.
Honest, I want to go to you because we introduced the world to your wife, who is expecting. Last segment, congratulations as well. You also just became an American citizen a few months ago, so this will be the first election you're voting in. But you've talked a lot about health care given the moment you're in your life. What do you see?
So there are 2 main things that I really value about my family and our baby daughter that is being born soon. One is health. And 2 is time. With health, like I want to be assured that my wife and daughter are going to be healthy and safe. Time, I would love to spend time with my daughter, maybe through a medical leave. But for those 2, it would be really unfortunate if I can't afford it in the first place.
So I'm not sure why there's so many dislikes yet, but this guy is making perfect sense to me, and I would be willing to bet that what he's saying is probably resonating with most of the people listening right here, right now. What he's talking about is very, very obvious. I want to make sure I have enough time to spend with my family, and I want to make sure my family's healthy, but none of this is going to be able to happen if I can't even afford the hospital bills to begin with.
Any kind of assistance to that and to my family and to allow me to enjoy the health of my family as well as to spend time with my family would definitely help me decide with my vote.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but who is far more likely to give paid maternity leave and paid paternal leave? It's going to be the Democrats, clearly. Republicans think that's the beta pussy thing to do, that the woman should be at home with the kids and the man should be out in the minefield working.
I hope the family knows it's a girl. Congratulations. That's awesome. If they didn't, that's some breaking news. I do want to step back with this group. Again, we noted we had 7 undecided voters coming in. We have 6 now. For the 6 of you who have not decided, 35 days left. Alex, I want to start with you. What's the main issue that you're going to be looking for to
So I guess this is the guy who had decided to vote for Kamala.
Make that decision?
Absolutely. Thank you. So the biggest thing that I'm still looking at is foreign policy and international relations.
The cross necklace. I'm sorry, I'm getting red flags here.
Watching the debate today, it was touched on for maybe 6 minutes total, only on the breaking news that was happening in Iran today, or in Israel today, with Iran attacking them. I think that there's still so many issues at hand with international politics, and seeing how our president, or possible president, and our vice president possibility would react to those situations is extremely crucial. Looking at Ukraine and Russia, and looking at China and Taiwan,
I'm sorry, but this guy looks like he's, what, 19 or 20 or something? His main concern should not be foreign affairs and foreign politics. His main fucking concern should be, like, I don't know, raising the minimum wage.
Hope, what's the one issue you're keying on these last 35 days?
So coming into this debate, I was definitely focused on how trustworthy are the candidates, and I think that's still my main issue. And I thought this was a great civil debate, and like how trustworthy I think the candidates are grew for both of them, in my opinion. But the one thing that stuck out to me was Vance's refusal to say whether or not Trump lost the 2020 election, and then also how he kind of said that carbon may not cause climate change, and kind of just his refusal to...
Yeah, remember that one when he claimed that carbon emissions aren't even the main cause of climate change? You Google it really quick and it's obviously fucking false. And additionally, the reason why J.D. Vance didn't answer as to whether or not Trump really lost or won the last election is because J.D. Vance probably knows damn well the minute you step out of line The minute you say, nah, Trump lost, yeah, like that we have to be able to move on from that. The minute you say this shit, suddenly you're out. You're an outcast, okay? All the Trumpers hate you. You are disgusting. You stabbed Trump in the back. How dare you? And all this shit.
Makes me think he's not as trustworthy, but I did like a lot of his other policies.
All right, well, this was a great group democracy, also the deciding factor for Ryan, who did make up his mind. Should probably hang out for a couple more hours, just talk things through. Jake, back to you.
Wow, that was pretty lame. That was kind of uneventful. That was uneventful and lame.
If the election was tomorrow, who are you most likely to vote for?
I'd have to say Trump. I really would. I mean, I like J.D. Vance. He was pretty good. Like I said, he was smooth talking. It was just, to me, it was better with Trump, when I voted.
When you say better with...
the economy was better, there wasn't that much crime, there wasn't all these wars that were, breaking out now. It just seemed different.
We have one...
Okay. I swear to God, every fucking Republican argument, every Trump voter argument is just them not understanding correlation and causation. Things just seemed better when Trump was president, yay fucking haw. Nobody cares what your fucking gut feels like, Grandpa. We care about the fucking facts. The facts of the matter are, the economy, when Trump was president, was absolutely good. We had a good economy, a very strong economy then. That is all true. What did Trump do to make the economy strong? Nothing. He inherited an already good economy. And then that's it. Then COVID came along and our economy was fucked. And it was fucked even worse than it would have been had Trump actually responded accordingly. And last but not least, yeah, the whole thing, when Trump is in office, there's no war, there's no cancer. I never stubbed my toe.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of the 6, we started out a little different. But now we have 4 people that are sitting here who are saying, you know what? I'm going to go with Trump. And you two are in the minority group.
It scares me.
That scares you?
It does. It
Why?
scares me a lot. Because I just don't like his rhetoric. I don't believe anything he says. Anything he says really just is...
Oh my God, dude. Oh. I'm glad to hear that this lady is not voting for Trump. Okay. But I'm sorry, I just don't believe anything he says. So fucking what? Tons of people do believe what he says. Demonstrate how he's lied. Explain why, even if what he says sounds convincing or believable, he shouldn't be trusted because of his history of lying. But instead we have, well, I think I'm voting for Trump because J.D. Vance was really a smooth talker. And then we have, well, I'm going to vote for Kamala because I don't trust anything Trump says. Can we get a real fucking reason, please? Or maybe like an IQ test here?
And everything he says really just is, and they've proven time and time again what he has said is lies, and he still, that kind of scares me. It scares me that he's going to run our country again.
What was something that really sort of stuck out? And it sounds like the economy and immigration for everyone here, and correct me if I'm wrong, is still high up in terms of priority.
And abortion.
And abortion.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my 3 were economy, abortion rights, and then also gun control. I feel like on gun control, they both agreed that that something needed to be done, but there really wasn't a plan to fix anything. The only thing that I heard was Vance saying that he wanted more security in the schools.
And listening to the debate.
Which was also stupid in and of itself, because again, we live in fucking America, okay? I'm not in Saudi Arabia. I'm in a first world fucking country. I should not need to have my kids go through a goddamn metal detector before entering their elementary school to make sure that nobody's carrying a deadly killing machine in with them. When J.D. Vance, in the debate, suggested that we need more security and everything else, he demonstrated the very exact example of reactive response versus proactive response. Reactive is just, well, school shootings are happening. Oh, well, we got to react to it and add more security. Proactive is, why are more school shootings happening? How are people accessing these guns? Let's get it at its source. Let's cut it out at its source, at the root. That's what being proactive is.
Who do you think will win?
I really don't know, but I think Harris is going to win.
You think Harris is going to win even though you're going to support Trump?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised either way. I just, like all of you just said, you care about democracy. Like, Trump does not care about democracy. I think if you actually like listen to him, you look at his actions around January 6th, you look at his actions leading up to the election, like he will tell you time and time again, like he cares about himself. He does not care about democracy.
Holly?
Again, unfortunately, no evidence is given. He's correct that Trump doesn't really care much about democracy. However, you're not giving evidence.
I don't know. I honestly don't. I'm right down the middle at this point, like in who could go.
You could see it go either or.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just because I've heard the numbers are so close right now, too.
I hope Harris wins, but if she doesn't, our country's going to be in a lot of trouble. I really believe that.
Max?
I believe Trump's going to win.
Ellie?
I totally think it could be a flip of the coin. I think that there's going to be a lot of silent voters who are a lot of silent Trump or previously Trump supporters that are going to vote Kamala and just don't want to say it.
Well, there wasn't that was still pretty uneventful, but at least we got to see what the average voter's like. That's scary.
Shane DeMayo for the Staten Island Advance. We are out here at this Bull's Head shopping plaza where we are asking shoppers what they thought about the vice presidential debate last night between Republican J.D. Vance and Democrat Tim Walz. Chance, did you happen to catch the vice president debate last night?
I did.
What did you think about it?
I thought Vance did a great job.
What specifically did he say that you liked?
They're going to work on everything that's wrong with this country right now.
You're watching the vice presidential debate.
Oh my. I like Vance. Okay, what did Vance say that you really liked? Just how he's gonna fix like everything that's wrong, you know? Every day my faith in the average American voter falls further and further down.
Are you more so rooting for someone that you plan on voting for, or are you being open-minded to maybe the other side also?
No, I'm rooting for Vance and my friend Trump.
Is there one key policy?
My friend Trump? Considering Trump's history with women, I really... I don't think Trump's the friend of many women.
Is there one key policy that sticks out to you that you either want to hear them talk more about or that means something to you that you want addressed?
We want inflation to go down. That's number one. Secure the borders for safety. And
okay, cool. That's actually a really, really good goal to have. Inflation going down. Great. So under the Biden-Kamala Harris administration, how's inflation right now? That's right. Inflation is lower than wages. Inflation actually has just dropped back down to pre-pandemic levels. That's right. So inflation has been significantly reduced under Biden. If we want to talk about border crossings and illegal immigration and whatnot, when Donald Trump left office, illegal immigration was higher than it was the year before Trump took office.
Happened to catch the vice presidential debate last night?
No, I didn't.
Was there a reason why you didn't want to watch it?
Well, I don't like Kamala. I kind of like Trump, but too many charges against the guy. So I don't know who the hell to go for anymore. I haven't missed an election since 1960.
Did you happen to catch the vice presidential debate last night?
Oh yeah, I'm voting for Kamala, but it seemed like they told other guy Tim Walz, don't do this and don't, you know what I'm saying? Because you could see on his facial expressions that he had a little bit more to say than they came out his mouth.
I think I'm gonna vote for Kamala. I'm not sure.
All right, cool. Well, that's just what a couple of these fucking Target shoppers had to say about the Vance-Walz debate. If you're interested in more sophisticated political commentary, don't ask Target shoppers what they think of the political debate. If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a member today. Members get early access to videos, access to all the stream VODs, and exclusive access to emotes as well. So if you'd like to support the channel, become a member today.